What is up, my friends? It's Edward Tomilloso, your Honda man, internet sales manager here at Honda of Santa Maria. And today I have the entry level, the 2017 Honda CR-V LX. As I mentioned, this is the most entry-level Honda CR-V for the latest generation. Let me show you what it has to offer being the entry level. It's very, very well equipped. Let's start off with the design. The body has been newly sculpted. I really feel it has a more masculine look over the previous generation. This one right behind me is in the modern steel metallic color, if that is important to you. But you will notice, like I mentioned, the different lines have definitely been boldened up a bit, especially around the quarter panels and fenders. You will see a lot less rounded like the last model. This vehicle is powered by a 2.4 liter four-cylinder engine. It gets 184 horsepower, which is really interesting to me. Maybe you can leave that in the comments, why it's 184 versus last year's model had 185. So I found that really interesting. The LX model is the only one with this power plant. The EX model and above will give you the 1.5 liter with the turbocharged engine, and that will get you 190 horsepower. That 2.4 liter power plant is paired with a CVT transmission. That combination gets you 32 miles per gallon on the highway and 26 in the city on this model. The CR-V, as always, is available in both two-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. This particular model behind me is the two-wheel drive version. One thing on the exterior that I'm really excited that Honda is doing now with the CR-Vs is they are now doing away with the steel wheels. You will notice behind me that this 17 CR-V, the LX, the entry level, has 17-inch alloy wheels. I know I sell Hondas and everything, and I'm definitely an advocate for the brand. If I were to be nitpicky, one of the things that you'll still notice is the side mirrors and the door pulls on the most entry level are still the matte black. They are not body colored. I'd like to see it body colored. That'd be really nice. But again, it is the entry level. In terms of lighting, in the front, you still get the LED daytime running lights, and in the back, you have all LEDs other than the backup lights. Bringing this tour to the back of the CR-V, just notice it does have a nice fresh look to it. But when you open the back, you still have what the last generation was very famous for, is these pull handles to lower the second row. So those work really well. The headrest does not fold flat first before folding in like the last generation. Another change also was this floor here. Let me show you. What you can do is you can lower the load floor. It will drop down, giving you a little bit more space going down. That was the main change. Another thing that Honda included as well were these little cargo lights on each side of the CR-V. So with this latest design change, there's definitely a increase of space, and you can feel it and see it. I definitely have quite a bit more headroom. There's not really a need for the roof line to continue up higher than it is in the front, which is really nice. One thing that I'm glad they kept for this generation that the last generation had all across the board is a rear vent. So that is something I'm glad they kept. In terms of the materials in the back, you have the hard plastic in the back. I'm sure, I mean, that's standard across the industry right now, but I really feel like even for the most entry level, you got a nice blend of different tones and different textures that Honda has incorporated into the new CR-V. All right, sitting in the front seat. The first thing that I notice, once again carrying over from the back, is a good combination of tones used in the CR-V. Again, this being the most entry level, you expect that it will have cloth, and this cloth actually has looks like 3 different types of cloth. You have this with more of a little bit of a leather pattern to it. It's kind of got the crackly look, which is pretty nice. And then you have 2 different types of cloth on the seats. The bolstering is really comfortable, but I like what they did. You have the soft touch materials now, not like in the back with the hard plastics. You do have a LCD display here, not a touch screen, but again, just being the entry level, I mean, what do you expect? Cool thing is they still include auto climate control, which is almost like what they're doing with the Honda Civics. So a lot of actually the Honda Civic pieces have been put onto the CR-V. The steering wheel is very similar with that plexiglass on top of the printed buttons that I really like, because for the life of the car you're not going to wear out those little words there. Another thing that they included is your instrument panel now has a digital speedometer versus the dial of the last model. In terms of the armrest, this whole console is very intuitive, very good use of space. There is a little platform here that you can use maybe for a smartphone, a device. You have 2 cup holders as well, and you even have a 1 amp charger, a USB charger in the armrest, and you have a regular adapter as well as another power outlet up here. Again, going back to the idea that Honda has put a lot of the Civic features into the CR-V, you do now have your electronic parking brake and brake hold, which is pretty neat. If you're not familiar with brake hold, you basically set it, and every time you come to a complete stop, it will hold that brake position for you. You can remove your foot from your brake and the car will stay there. You also have your Econ button located on the right hand of the shift lever. Shift lever is in a comfortable position, just like the previous model. And just like all Honda models now, since 2013, every model now has a backup camera and Bluetooth with Bluetooth streaming audio. It does have Pandora interface. Going back to that backup camera, you do have 3 different views. You have that top-down view, the normal view, and a wide angle. To wrap this all up, if you are looking for a compact SUV that ranks very high with the heritage that Honda brings, definitely look into the LX CR-V. If it was my choice, I would definitely go with the EX trim level just because of the extra features that you do get. Moonroof, touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, all of that good stuff. But there will definitely be buyers for this LX model. So hopefully this video helped you if you are interested in this vehicle or just curious to see what the most entry-level next generation Honda CR-V has to offer. I'm Edward Tomilloso. Again, I hope this helped you. If you want to see more videos in the future, definitely subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll catch you on the next one.